All right, everybody, it is time for another update on the self-playing Lego guitar project. It's been a little while since I've updated the videos, and I've been doing some work, but we had a vacation, and it was just trying to get to a point where there was something else to talk about. And I think this is going to be what I'm going to do going forward is I work on it kind of in the background. We're going to make some progress. I'm going to have a lot to do with like programming and that stuff, but I just don't know that it's going to be a totally regular interval that it's going to make sense to do the videos. I want to document the progress, but the progress is going to kind of come in leaps and bounds and stops and starts and ups and downs as left C, right C's. And that's going to be kind of just how it goes. And so in the last video, you saw the very, very beginning, we had one string on a little bit of a Lego built guitar neck, and that was interesting as a very first like minimum viable product type of scenario. And I thought from there I was going to go into the programming side and like starting to create the movement, the robot mechanism to start plucking the string and then figure out a way to adjust what the length of the string is in terms of playing it. The problem was is that as I started to get further, a couple things presented themselves. One, the neck was starting to curve already, and so I had to start thinking about, okay, it's bad enough when I have one string. What's going to happen when I have six all pulling on the same side? So I had to start thinking about, like, what is this even going to look like? How am I going to secure this? How, like, it's bending enough. If you recall, it was bending a little bit. And if that's going to be the case, then I don't know that this is going to work without some significant reinforcements. What does that need to look like? So I started to go down that path of that physical, okay, what does the neck of this guitar really look like? I had a bit of an epiphany in realizing that, hey, while I want it to be somewhat recognizable from a guitar perspective, it doesn't actually have to look exactly like a guitar because a human doesn't actually have to play this. So it needs to be recognizable as one, but not necessarily the same thing. That realization allowed me to understand where I think, and I'm pretty convinced this is going to stick, the design needed to go. So I ended up going with a 3-string on either side of a neck design. So what I have now is this guy, right? Like this. All right. So we're going to cover this, and I'm going to find a way to show you all the details. But we have 3 strings on either side. So you can see it's all backwards on my screen. All right. So you can see, whoa, look at that one. That disappears. The green. Oh, that's there's a piece here, I promise. It just looks awesome. It's magic. All right. So wait, where'd it go? Okay, so this is what it looks like. Don't worry about that stuff at the top. Let's go down here. Oh, more magic. But I have 3 on either side. So they got like that and that. And what you'll notice is wait, let me see here. Get in the microphone. Get in the microphone. And then here we go. It's not tuned, I know. It's not tuned. That's going to be a whole thing too. But it sounds like a guitar. Nothing other than Lego and guitar strings, okay? So what you'll notice is I want to talk a little bit about the build process. We'll go in and we'll actually show you a little bit of that. Let's go to the other view. Let's go here. I want to show you. Okay, so here's the breakdown of this. And what you'll see on the bottom is just I have this mechanism. Oops, all right. I have this mechanism where I'm taking the strings. So you see the ones from the other side, in fact. They're using a little piece here, and they're going through, and then they pull up to the other side. Because what I found is that it's better to actually loop through the Technic, and that way the forces kind of go into the middle versus being pulled at kind of weird angles. And it's actually not as important here. This was just a nice way to anchor it, kind of similar to how you would do a real guitar. But what I actually did on the top, I think was really key. So we can see here, similar mechanism. We're using these little hinge pieces here that, oh, there we go. Look at that. I'm just learning, guys. I'm learning. So you can see I'm playing that here. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it goes through to the other side, and then it comes along to get adjusted in this. So you can see, and what I'm experimenting with is what this little plate here is a way to do finer tuned adjustments to the length of the string, because I will need to tune it at some point. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. But what I have here with each of these is it can only go in like 90-degree chunks. So it either goes for like too tight or too loose. And I broke 3 strings in doing this process, trying to figure it out. And so what I have, and each one is kind of designed the same way, where it has pins here that hold it through the Technic. So those easily push up or down. There's a little, all right, so you see like this little guy here, little hinge, whatever this is, axle nut, I think. Axle nut. I don't know any of the terms. Give me a break. All right, so the but I've got one of these under here which twists the string around it. And so that then goes through here and then goes along the other side, right? So that is working, and it allowed me to do both sides, because what's going to end up happening, this was the thing, my son had this idea. So what you'll see is this, and I don't know how I can do this. Let's go back to the other view for a sec, because I'm not going to do too much with post. But we're actually going to mount this puppy vertically. So I'm actually going to make it so that this thing is sitting vertically, and it's going to be oriented something like this. And we're going to have a mechanism that can go up and down this neck, and we'll probably tap into something on the plates on either side. And it'll be a mechanism that can then attach to each of these strings, and it will look cool. If it's vertical, it'll be like, hey, we put this thing at Brickworld, you're going to see this guitar that's looking like a guitar on a stand, but then there's a thing that'll go up and down to play it. So that's the thinking right now. I don't know if it's going to work. We're going to try it. But that's the other thing, is that I've started. So this one, I did a test yesterday to try to get it further out onto the neck. There's a length issue with the strings, so we're going to have to work with that. But it gave me enough room to get a little shim in. And so that did make a difference in the pitch of the thing. So, oh, it's the other side. So the good part is that if you look at it, the bowing is nominal. It's very small when I have all 6 strings. When one of the strings breaks and it gets out of balance, it's not great. It's not great. But it's but this is actually holding at pressure, and it sounds like a freaking guitar. I mean, listen to this thing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. Oh, yeah. So someday I'm going to learn how to play guitar. First, I'm going to create a robot to do it. Then I'm going to learn how to play guitar too. If I can figure this out, I'm going to learn to play guitar myself. So those are some of the big things. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about was probably the thing that you're most interested in. Let's go back to this view. And you could see, and I think this is super cool. My son taught me how to do this. And what it is, so you see here, like these Technic, so those Technic bricks, we're going 2 on those, and those are going all the way down. They're going all the way down to the end of this thing. And what we're having here is basically this technique. So this technique where you have these guys running lengthways, and then you have these guys that can match up. So it's a brick, 2 plates, a brick, 2 plates, a brick, 2 plates, and that will go in perpetuity. And so that allows us to get super freaking strong, because you see, there's no brakes here. See, there's no brakes. And so because there's no brakes, the strength of this thing, and it's heavy, like way heavier than an actual guitar. I think it's way heavier than an actual guitar. Again, probably should learn to play guitar. But this thing is super strong. And it was interesting when I was actually first trying to do this. We didn't know, and by we, I mean my son didn't think I was going to be able to pull this off. He didn't think we were actually going to be able to get these all into the Technic bits, because I've got every single one of these things mounted in 3 spots. So 3 spots for each of these Technic pieces. And so, and by the way, these long ones, these are just, I ran out of pieces. I said I didn't have enough pieces. Come on, Arthur, get more pieces. And so that's, I'm going to have to do that, but I've already used all of them. And again, we'll worry about colors and stuff later, but I do kind of like the idea of having some of this invisible. So that was kind of fun. And yeah, we'll see if the colors thing happen, but I do need to probably place them. But so it's pretty cool. And now we have this thing, and it is a solid neck. So we've made progress. I'm pretty excited about this. In fact, I have some issues. I will tell you, I have some issues. These things are super cool. And what happens is I take the string. So the string comes through here, right? And goes to the other side, and it pops up and goes to this underneath. And then in the piece here, it routes up, and there's a side of this. Oh, you can see it right here. A side's a little bit longer than the other side. I bring the string up through that. It's in the middle. It looks the same. I bring the string up through that, and then I tuck the string back down, and it allows me, I don't have to do anything else. There's no glue or anything like that. It's just the pressure of it holds, and then I can spin the thing around. Problem is that it's hard. It hurts my fingers. And so that is it's okay because I've got these big long pins and I can get them through. Now that I figure out the design, I think it's not too bad to replace the strings when they do break. There are a couple problems, so I think this is going to stick. I think this is pretty good. I don't love the little hinge pieces here. The hinge pieces here are not ideal. The strings are digging into them pretty substantially. And so there's like a lot of little pressure points right at little edges there. And those are starting to get worn down very quickly. I mean, they're cheap pieces. It's fine. I think they look cool. I don't know that they're going to stay. I might try to come up with a better mechanism for that. This technique is perfect. Love that. Got to figure out a way to create the mechanism that I can go and play both sides of this thing. And keep in mind, when it's mounted, it's going to look like this. You would see it from the side, but it's going to be like kind of pointing, and then we're going to have the echo box behind it so that it can get to both sides of these strings. And then if I need to put like something on the front of this to redirect the sound back into the echo box, I can, because it's gonna be a little weird because there's like, with the 3 strings going out, the strings furthest away may not get as much volume. I don't know what's going to happen there. We're going to have to figure that out. So again, or maybe I can wrap around. Maybe I'll wrap around the echo chamber and then have it kind of sitting more inside the echo chamber. That might work. We can try that. So we'll do that. Or maybe I'll just make it electric and say, to hell with it. Might do that. All right. So let's go back. Let's go back to this view. And so then this way, I do like, so at the bottom here, I like this little mechanism. It puts a bit of strain on these little, we'll call them axle nuts too. I don't know what these are supposed to be called. But there's a little bit of, pressure there, but they're holding up okay. I don't think that's a problem. I might be able to put shims underneath them too, so that might be cool for tuning. So I think I've got a path around tuning is okay. Again, these things probably need a better answer, but I do love that I can hold. I mean, it's beautiful. Isn't that something beautiful? Sounds like a guitar, man. That's a pretty significant milestone, I think. Now I have to do some programming. So I think that's pretty much it. That's the core of what's going on so far. I'm excited about the techniques. I think it looks kind of like a guitar, which is awesome. I have no ideas yet on the echo box. That's something I'll worry about later. Like making it sound good, making it sound in tune. Those are solvable problems, but they're secondary problems. They're easier problems to solve. I need to get into the programming. And so right now we're looking at it's the end of July. Again, we're doing this for Brickworld 2027. And this is the end of July, and I'm feeling good. I'm on track. I feel like it's not bad. I'm got some travel, got some stuff happening with kids getting back to school and that stuff. I'm going to continue to work on it. I'm going to do some programming. I don't know exactly when the next video will be, but imagine there will be some sort of substantive updates when that happens. I'm releasing these videos. So if you are new to these videos, I do these videos, I release the videos, and then I have all these shorts and TikToks and whatnot that are stacked up that are just coming out one a day. And those are just coming out every day, and they're on a schedule, and all of that happens. They trail behind the video releases. So if you want to stay up to date, follow, like, and subscribe on YouTube. That's where you can watch the full videos. Ignore the rest of them. Ignore all the shorts. The shorts are just to introduce you to what I'm doing here and hopefully help contribute to people's ideas and community or whatever. As we grow the channel, if people start to have questions about what we're doing or have ideas or want to get involved with their own instrument, I'm totally up for all of it. And I'm going to try to do the code as open source. You know, to me, this is just a fun exploration. It's way less serious than the stuff that I do in my daytime. So I'm like, this is a fun experience tapping into some of the skills that I have in my day job. So this is, I think that's it. So until the next one, thank you for watching this. Do like and subscribe, do share it with others, trying to provide a unique perspective in this whole experience. Again, watch the other videos to get some of the background. We won't rehash all of that, but for now, thank you for joining me today, and we will see you on the next video. We're going to keep trying, and we'll see if it works. All right. Thank you.